Independent National Electoral Commission as they debunk a report making rounds that its officials were selling the permanent voter cards, the PVCs, ahead of the September 21st governorship election in Edo State. While describing the allegations as false, INEC challenged a civic group, Transparency for Electoral Systems Advocacy, TESA, to provide concrete evidence against electoral officers to back up its claim of PVC sales in Edo State. The Chief Press Secretary told the INEC chairman, Mr. Rotimi Oyekomi, made this statement in response to the allegations. And he said that the commission does not sell but issues PVCs free of charge to only registered voters. According to him, the allegation followed the pattern of similar narratives leveled against the commission by partisan groups whenever off-cycle governorship or major elections are about to be conducted. Just as they made mention of during off-cycle elections, when it's not a general election, when all the states or all the local governments, all the whole country is not in election mode. There are some states that have their off-cycle seasons. And there have been allegations that during those off-cycle seasons, there are imported PVCs that are used to boost up the numbers of political parties and ensure they are winning. Do you think that the allegation made by TESA on INEC concerning Edo State's off-cycle elections, do they have a pinch of salt in it, or what do you think?
I would not say they have any. If they have a pinch of salt in it, INEC has told them to provide evidence. Are we together?
Yeah.
If they are able to provide that evidence,
has anybody been able to provide evidence?
That's when we say there's a pinch of salt in it. Otherwise, sometimes you can accuse people for. Sometimes when I see some certain things and I hear some certain things, it makes me laugh because there are some practical experiences that I've gotten as an individual. When you stay, sometimes some persons, like what INEC was saying, I'm not standing a brief for INEC, but what INEC is saying here is that they are trying to, is now they want to disburse the PVCs. It is also possible that maybe they saw them as they are carrying it and they believe that they are selling it.
But
they just started.
There have been times actually,
okay, that where they sell
we've seen things. No, not sales actually, okay, but we've seen pictures.
We've seen
videos of PVCs in the bush, okay, dumped in the bush. Yeah. We've seen PVC. We've seen people, apply for their PVCs, and when they get to that, they are not having it. And we've seen a lot of discrepancies concerning the PVCs.
Yes.
And there, in INEC offices, there are bundles of PVCs that are not shared out to the owners of these PVCs. And meanwhile, they are just being domiciled in those INEC offices. Why are those PVCs not getting to their owners? And there will not be any allegations accusing the INEC of using it for one politician or the other. So why should it be different with these allegations or these accusations concerning the Edo State coming elections, sir?
Normally, as an umpire, they would always be either accused or praised. Now, if one is saying that those PVCs should get to their owners, it's proper. Because if you take the responsibility of providing those things, you should also take the responsibility of ensuring that those persons have those PVC, even if it is at the comfort of their home. I believe that's the reason why they took those data and all of that. But before one even drives to that point, looking at if you are accusing them that they are selling those PVCs, are there records where those people who didn't receive their PVC, it has been shown that those persons have voted? Those are evidences. If I didn't vote, I have my PVC, and result is out, and they say this, you voted. That's why there are clamors that this should be done from their ward unit. So the people can actually follow up, talking at transparency. So if you don't know who is who, the community know who is who. If you say this person voted, somebody might know that person is not around, or the person is around. So if you bring results, they can actually query it. Now, to INEC not releasing those PVCs, people can claim that you're not releasing it for various reasons. But, in this country we have that is lawful, if you accuse, if you allege, you should prove. If you allege, you should prove. If you're suffering, say you're suffering. And so you could be able to testify to the extent by which you're suffering. But if you just say we are suffering, are you sure those people are suffering? Or those people are not instrumental to what is actually happening? So those accusations, now what it is interesting because INEC has said produce evidence of that thing you have said. If you say you are an organization that is into transparency, and this is a test run. If you cannot provide it, it will also be on record with some persons that might not communicate with them, that forget those people, they will always say things that are not true. If one will say to INEC, they should employ technology. They should go digital. Digital in the sense that if you co-op this data, you now see that AYZ for a point you're doing this registration is at this end. People who are coming to do those registrations are from there. These days we have things where you can sit down here and place an order and dispatchers could come. They should engage the services of these persons, because if rather than saying they are selling it, of course indirectly it might still be the same thing. Indirectly it might be the same thing, because if you're holding it intentionally, there is a reason. Maybe because of what you're benefiting. Maybe that's what they might be saying. I'm not holding brief for any of them. But if you as INEC, you have said that you provide these PVCs, let the PVCs get to the people. Let it get to the people. And you, who is saying that they are selling the PVC, showcase the evidence, as they have also mentioned, so that you don't bring a discussion where we'll be quarreling, trying to come up with a fact, meanwhile you are gearing up one person who will be in office and also suffer Nigerians more, or continue to share with you from the back door. No, we don't want all those kind of things. We want transparency. Okay. So if things are obvious, it's obvious.
Oh, nice. Okay. If INEC is listening to us, our guests for today, the Secretary General of the University of Port Harcourt Alumni Association, River State Chapter, Dr. Amonia Ibieneye, has made his input concerning the distribution of the PVCs and also given his 2 cents and opinions on other cases that we've discussed about. Inasmuch as we are enjoying ourselves here on ATN Politics, time is not on our side, and I want to take this opportunity to thank our guests, Doctor, for making it here.